No matter if you're hauling cargo, if you're hauling ass, this is the truck you want right here. What is going on, guys? It is John here for you, doing something a little different. I do apologize for any wind noise. I'll do my best to kind of shield that from you guys. Wanted to do an update on the Duramax, the 3500, see how things are doing. I did listen to you guys, and let me go ahead and just get inside the truck. There we go, no more wind. I did listen to you guys, and you'll be happy to hear that I did get some seat covers for the front of this thing, because I had the leather seats in here, but I looked at a lot of the comments on the video that I made, and you guys are right. You know, I really do need to cover these things when being gross, kind of getting in and out of this thing. So I went ahead and bought some seat covers, gonna be installing those. Also go ahead and do an update on how the truck is doing in general. I've got 2,072 miles on this thing, so it's not used a tremendous amount, but some. And the truck has been great. I've had no issues with it. Only thing I've had to do to it is just put diesel in it. So the interior's been fine, no scuffs or nothing. I mean, with a 2,000 mile truck, you expect them to be, you know, nice. I've been towing quite a bit with it. The Proline, the enclosed trailer over there, I don't know if you guys can see it or not, and if you have seen it, but that's going to be, it's a 20-foot car trailer. We move some cars here in a little bit, which, that'll be a separate video. I'll be using the truck for that, be running up the road, about 500 miles one way. So that'll be a fun little trip. But there have been a few recalls on this thing, and as soon as I say recall, all y'all are going to go to the comment section and tell me that I bought the wrong truck. I know, I get it. Anyway, there's been 2 recalls. One of them I've dealt with, one of them I need to go deal with. One of them is the emissions. There was a sensor down in the emissions that the computer didn't, I don't know if what was wrong with it. The sensor wouldn't read properly and you'd have an issue with your regen. So I went in, and what really makes a truck is the dealer backing behind it. My dealership, my Chevrolet dealership locally to me, is absolutely incredible. And funny story, I went and I called the dealership, talked to one of the ladies there in the service department. She said, we'll schedule you in today. I mean, about 2:30 or whatever the time was. So I pulled the truck in, went, and I figured out they actually have a service advisor assigned to this truck, depending on what kind of vehicle you have. And so I got there, and he said, you're really not supposed to be here. She scheduled you wrong, and we have no slots for you. It's like, well, that's not good. Then he told me, but, what we'll do for you is we'll go ahead and pull a car out of the shop that's in the way right now, and we'll get you in there, and we'll get you serviced up right now, and everything will be good to go. So, an hour later, I was out of there. It was dealt with, didn't pay a dime, because it was just a recall, and they hooked me up. So, that was cool. The second, I'm going to go back out here outside. Hopefully you guys can hear me over the wind. But the second recall is about the right rear, which is this side over here. This right rear hub. So under here, the axle has a hub in it. There's a nut that holds the hub on there, because this is an HD truck. And apparently what's wrong is there's a lock washer or a retainer that holds that nut in that wasn't manufactured properly, and this could come loose. So I'm gonna call them on Monday. Today is Saturday. I'm gonna call the dealership on Monday and ask them when it'd be a good time for me to bring it in and get it serviced, get that looked at. But other than those 2 recalls, the truck has been perfect. I mean, it's done everything I needed it to do. No problems here. So these are the seat covers I got. Let me go ahead and set you guys up right here like this. I'll go ahead and climb in here and grab these seat covers I can show y'all. So they're pretty cheap. I just got them on Amazon. I wasn't looking for anything super special because I'm just gonna get them all gross and dirty, and I didn't want to get like Carhartts, you know, and they're very expensive to just have to replace them later. So these are a mesh seat cover with some like neoprene type fabric on it, with a gray to kind of match my gray interior. The beauty of these is they're airbag safe, is what they advertise them as. So if you have side airbags or whatever, this still works. And if you guys didn't know, my seats are heated and ventilated. So because of this mesh, I'll still be able to use the ventilation and the heat, which is really nice. So I'm not going to really necessarily film me putting them on because I really don't know what I'm doing as far as putting them on. So I will catch up with you guys once they're on. I'll tell you what I did, but I'm going to go watch some videos and teach myself how to put these seat covers on, and we'll go from there. I do know there's a headrest cover, which is this little doodad that you got to put on as well. I'll be pulling these headrests off. But anyway, guys, just that was a quick little update on the Duramax on the 3500. It's been a great truck. I'm looking forward to many, many, many more miles in this thing. And it's been sitting a lot since I've been at school. So, I mean, the truck has sat for about 6 weeks. I did ask my dad to come out and service it once, or run it once, just to kind of keep the batteries charged. But that was that. I gotta do some spraying as well. Anyway, folks, I'll go ahead and get onto this, and I'll get right back with you. Bam! Okay, there you go. Seat covers are installed. So I gotta be honest, guys, I paid $15 for these two seat covers. So these are not necessarily cream of the crop Carhartt seat covers, right? Saying that, I think they look pretty darn good. Set my seat back to where it was supposed to be. Okay. Now, I sit close because I'm not the biggest dude in the world, and I might actually move it back a little bit. Right? But here's the seat covers, guys. There's one little string here which would just probably pull out. There we go. It's got this gray. I thought it'd be lighter gray, or like the original kind of color of the seat, which is this right there. But has headrest covers, turned out real nice. The way you install these is you have these straps. I hope you guys can see this. You got these straps down here, and you have to strap them under the chair. It makes it kind of challenging because you guys probably saw all the electronics under there for the moving of the seat, you know? So it was a little challenging to get fish through there. The other thing is that because this has these buttons on this side and the passenger side, this seat cover traditionally wants to stretch all the way down, right? Cover everything, but you don't want to cover this because you want access to your controls. So fortunately, it's an American car, so American cars have some design issues, but this is made cheap enough I was able to pull this away and kind of stuff this down in here, which actually worked out really well, and it's tight. The only thing I don't like about these is you see how they are pretty much flush, right? These seats do have a decent amount of bolstering, as you guys can see there. So when you're sitting in this thing, it does push this back, but once you sit down in it, it's pretty nice. Adds a nice little level of comfort to it, and I know it'll protect the leather, which is the #1 reason why I got these things. So if you commented on my other truck video and said you need to get seat covers, thank you, because I did, and I do appreciate that recommendation. This does have the pockets on the back here. They're not as nice as, say, the factory pockets, which this truck does have factory pockets in the seats, but this turned out really good, guys. So there you go, quick little video on that. I had to use the handle of this file to push the release on these headrests, because these headrests have a little release right here to be able to push to get the headrest out. The other thing is I had to lean the seat back because the headrest has so much material in there, or bar, that it would just hit the roof if I didn't put the seats back. So I rolled the seats back a little bit and it was good to go. So I've got my umbrella over there in that pocket. Give you guys one more look. I'm gonna be washing the Chrysler today too. Probably not gonna film that, but check my Instagram out if you want to see it before and after. You guys can see I need to get some paint work done to this thing, just a good detail and compound and all that. I'm gonna be doing in the summertime. But there's another look at it from the driver's side. I'm gonna pop around here and look at the passenger side. Boom, there you go. This one is the same way. I tucked it in. This are the airbag tested, whatever. I guess it's just a selling point. But these little tags go on the inside. So there is a passenger and a driver's side. The little tags go on the next to the B pillar there. So anyway, guys, got any questions on these or where to get them? Let me know. I'll send you the link to where to buy them from. But other than that, the Duramax 3500 is hanging in there. I do have a couple recalls, which it's pretty typical with a brand new vehicle. I know some of you might get on my case that, you know, oh, typical GM, all the recalls and everything, but it's no big deal. My dealer is awesome, and that's a big thing that I look for whenever I purchase something, piece of equipment, and I do consider this a piece of equipment. I look for a good dealer support, and they really can hook me up. They really hooked me up last time, so I know they'll do the same this time. So anyway, guys, got any questions on the truck, let me know. I'll do my best to answer them questions, and we will go from there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Hope the wind didn't bug you too much. See you on the next video.